beating Abulkana of Kazakhstan on a split in the final. 2020 Uzbek national champion, bronze medalist a little while ago in the Asian youths. 22 years old. And he'll be in with Lukas FERNEZA of Slovakia. Who doesn't quite have the same credentials as Jafarov, but as somebody who was only just turned 20, he's done pretty well so far. Boxed in the World Youth Championships in 2018, the European Under-22s earlier this year, in the European Youths a couple of times, getting to the quarterfinals on one occasion. But as I've said about so many fighters over the course of the last couple of days, and it'll be the case throughout the prelims, this is a huge step up for him. He's not mixed in this kind of company before, whereas Jafarov very much has taken to this stage, and he did it in style in Dubai back at the end of May. So Jafarov, big middleweight in the red there, southpaw stance, FERNEZA in the blue. A trip. Very sporting there of Jafarov. Immediately just looks to try and help his opponent back to his feet. He's got good balance, Jafarov, just keeps that lead glove just kind of bobbing up and down. Looks to get those feet in. Get a combination away, 2-3 punches, and then just pull them back out again. Left to the body there from Jafarov. Jafarov just leads off with a hook, doesn't quite land it. Jab just bounces off the forehead of FERNEZA. He's not looking overawed here. He's settled okay, actually, the Slovakian. A little bit of reddening up around the left eye where that jab has maybe got through a couple of times. Left hand, long left hand to the body there from Jafarov. Left into the pit of the stomach there from the Uzbek as well. He's got that kind of spidery reach on him. FERNEZA is going to have to try and get inside that. Where he can't be is just on the end of it. Jabs to the chest there, FERNEZA, but he's in range and Jafarov returns fire. Straight left hand there from Jafarov. Well into the final minute. Good upper body movement there from FERNEZA. Nicely done. He's got some skills. Trying to step in with the left hand there, Jafarov, but he doesn't throw it straight, just kind of pulls it a bit. Planted his right foot wide to the right, and rather than shoot it straight down the middle, just pulled off the punch a bit, came off it. And for that reason, it missed. Left hand to the body. Lead right hand there from Jafarov. I think there might have been a jab just before that from FERNEZA. He just gets his feet in there nicely, dabs with the jab, finds the target and then pulls back out. So, interesting opening round. FERNEZA, as I say, much the less experienced of the two. JAFAROV will get that round, I think, due to mainly that left hand to the body, and he does with all 5 of the judges. But that was a decent display there from Lukas FERNEZA. As I said, he's 20 years old. He's not much younger than JAFAROV, but he's not as experienced. Not at this senior kind of level. That was the stumble he had right at the very start. JAFAROV acknowledging it straight away. There's that left into the stomach there. He got caught as he stepped in there, and he doesn't throw that left hand, that backhand straight down the middle really as much as he should, JAFAROV. He's tall, he's big for a middleweight, he's got long levers. But he does just tend to pull off that backhand a bit. Manages to throw it straighter when he goes to the body, as he did there. Good head movement there from FERNEZA again. Again, stepping in there, JAFAROV doesn't really jab all that much, doesn't really use it as a weapon anyway. Everything is there to just set up that left hand, and most of the time it goes into the body. It does make him difficult to fight because, as I say, he's got that reach on him. He comes in, throws it to the body, will almost always make contact with something. And it just takes his opponent's balance and rhythm away. It doesn't make him enormously good to watch, I will say that, midway through round 2. Looks to try and throw that left hand to the head a bit straighter there, JAFAROV, but as I say, it is something he struggles with a bit. There's that left to the body again, just lands squarely in the chest. When you're on the end of that, then you just have to reset, start again. It's a very effective method he has. Right hand was short there from FERNEZA. That's a good left. Thrown straight down the middle and just crunched into the face there of FERNEZA. Just looking a bit more expansive towards the end of round 2 here, JAFAROV. Single left hand from the Uzbek. Scores for JAFAROV across the board again there. A couple of 10-8s in there from the Moroccan and the Spanish judge. He was in complete control, really, you would say. So I can see how they arrived at that conclusion. It's 10-9 for a close round win. Lead right uppercut there for JAFAROV. 10-8 for a comprehensive round win, and that's obviously what they deem that to be. The two judges there who gave it 10-8, and I can understand the rationale behind it. So third and final round. Saidjamshid JAFAROV, the Asian champion at 75 kilos, won that title back in May in Dubai, beating Abulkanamankel of Kazakhstan in the final. He's very much in control of this. He would have been a heavy favourite going into this fight. Lukas FERNEZA, 20 years old, only just turned 20 actually over the weekend. He's made a decent fist of this. He's got solid enough technique. He's just found the length of JAFAROV hard to deal with. Every time he's looked to try and get in and punch himself, he's just been dealing in singles, so he'll throw a single jab, maybe a single right hand, and then just look to pull out because he knows that he's within range. He's potentially on the end of something for JAFAROV. Would be interesting in this final round just to see him gamble a little bit more, see if he can get onto the inside and then stay there and let his hands go, just see what happens. There's that left to the body again for JAFAROV. As I say, he just kind of pecks with that lead hand, then steps in, spreads that right foot wide and throws that left to the body.
Representing Mexico,
turning southpaw here, FERNEZA.
And now, please be ready to greet his opponent. Fighting out of the blue corner and representing Croatia, WCHs.
Lead right uppercut there from JAFAROV. That was a good shot. He's landed that a couple of times now. A rueful grin on the face there of FERNEZA. He knows that he was caught with a really classy punch. Into the final minute. Covered up well there, FERNEZA. The left hand was caught on the forearm. Right glove, right forearm was up exactly where it needed to be, clamped to the side of his face. Looking for that lead uppercut again there, JAFAROV. That's the most expansive kind of shot that he throws, and it is an ambitious one. Lead off with an uppercut is risky. You kind of jump into it. If you fall short with it, then you can find yourself in trouble. Bell goes at the end of the fight. Touch of gloves between the two, and JAFAROV has got the win there in comfortable enough fashion. He kept his opponent under control, but FERNEZA will have learned a lot from that. As I said, it's a big step up for him, and he didn't look out of place. He wasn't outclassed there by JAFAROV, I wouldn't say, but he's a hard man to handle, JAFAROV. He's got those tools, he's got those advantages, and he uses them. Might not be all that flashy, but it's very effective.
Bout number 18 comes to an end with your judges ruling in favor of your winner by points, decided by a unanimous decision. To the red corner, from Uzbekistan, Saidjamshid JAFAROV.
And through he goes, JAFAROV. As expected. And he'll be up against Yuito Moriwaki of Japan in the next round on Saturday evening. So one more fight at middleweight to come. That's between Norway's Mindaugas Gedminas and Hector Vera of Ecuador. Gedminas, as you might have guessed from his name, actually from Lithuania originally, now based in Norway, representing them.